Christopher Henningsen, author of Mindful Programming, and Michi J over at the Prisoner's Pardon podcast asked me to record a guided meditation on forgiveness for her 14 days of forgiveness. So I've actually recorded two now, and I just wanted to give a bit of a guidance on the two of them. So the first is a very simple script. It's just picturing yourself handing over something that symbolizes forgiveness to the person you're seeking to forgive. The other one is a lot more in-depth. It involves forgiving also the person who put the person that you're seeking to forgive in the situation where they acted badly towards you. It involves more events, I guess. And the reason I did it this way is because mindful programming, when one uses the programming tools as a metaphor for one's own development, there's different ways that one can approach that. So the first one, the short one, is just a very simple script. You can run it in any situation where you need a quick reminder. It's easy to do. It's very risk-free. It takes very little effort. It also is more superficial, so it won't do as much. And that is the nature of when one takes a programmer's approach to one's own mental state. That is the nature of the work. One can do very superficial things, and one can do deeper things. And both of them really require using the sorts of imagery that one sees in dreams, because that's where the brain talks to its subcomponents. That's the sorts of imagery that make sense to these deeper portions of ourselves. But either way, we can use the easy superficial, or we can use the deep, more involved types of meditation. So what I would recommend is anyone who's interested in just having a simple tool that they can use if they need to forgive someone who cuts them off in traffic. You can use the short meditation very, very simply. I mean, it's exactly what I just told you. And then if you're looking to make a bit of a deeper change, because the longer meditation involves some adventures, some risk, some things going wrong, and it engages more parts of the mind. Because of that, that would be the more significant one of the two. And I would also just like to encourage people who use these guided meditations to think of these as starting points for making your own meditations on subjects like these, because the sorts of imagery that I use here are the sorts of things that I would dream. They're not necessarily the sorts of things other people would dream, and it's when you picture something that you would dream that I believe you really get the full benefit of this methodology. So to return to the computer metaphor, my own hardware runs a particular type of software which I'm fairly familiar with, and I'm showing you a script that I might write for my own hardware. You probably run a different set of languages. You use different software, and some of the shortcuts, some of the libraries that you use won't always be the same. So I would encourage you, if you find this a useful exercise, to think about how you can personalize it even more than I encourage you to do in the guided meditations. So that said, I hope you find them useful.